Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to another recap video. I know it's been about a month since I last posted my last recap, and you know, I'm just been a pretty busy month. A lot of action in the market lately, month of July. So I kind of wanted to just make a brief overview video today on basically everything that I've traded this month, instead of the old typical one recap, one on full breakdown video, although I'll still make those. But for this one, I just kind of want to do something different and just kind of give a brief breakdown of kind of what happened out there this month of July. So with that being said, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as you can see here, you got my Discord. I'll post a link in the description below in case you guys want to join that to see basically what I'm doing on a daily basis when I'm not posting on YouTube. I'm posting in my Discord pretty much almost every day of the week, so be sure to join that, you know, so you can kind of see what's going on when I'm not posting. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. Last trade, or the last recap that I did, was on Tblt, this one. So that was June 24th. And then June 27th, I traded Nrsn. This one just popped up. Probably was one of the top gappers. It met all my criteria, so I ended up playing it. Let's take a look at this chart real quick. So yeah, you can see it was like a gap up short type move where it breaks over pre-market high. I kind of started a little bit early here, but knowing that I still had more bullets in the back of my pocket, I knew that I was going to be able to add where I wanted to add, and then size in with the rest as it confirmed. So with this one, it was kind of interesting the way it played out. So you got the pre-market high breakout, right? And then it goes from 279, that's your pre-market high, all the way up to 330. So one thing I've noticed is when you get these gap up shorts, let's see, 279 plus 10%, 306, 10% above pre-market high. So you can see I added near there, but I just used 3 just because, you know, 3 whole dollar level. And then 20% puts it at 333, which high a day was 330. So that gives you basically approximately a 20% move from pre-market high to that high a day, and then you get the retracement back down. So 330 to 297, that's 10%. 297 down to, I don't know, back to 260s, 250s, another 10%. So you get that retracement move, aka therefore you short it into that gap up and then add as it fails to go any higher. On this topic right here, that kind of gave it away. Once it rejected, added the rest of my size there, and then, you know, the more I scaled into it up here, the more my average got pulled up. So once it like cracks and breaks down, I just start taking my covers into the previous supports and resistance levels, and then you get this final breakdown, cover most of it, and that was that. So that was Nrsn. I also traded, which one was this one? RBCN. Okay, so this one also gapped up. You got this move from 950 to like 16 or 18. So plan here was to scale into 16, 1650, 17 for a move back down into 14, 13s. Didn't quite go. It didn't quite retrace as much as I thought it would. Ended up just retesting that 1420, 1440s, and then just kind of consolidated the rest of the day. So that was it was an outright trade. Nothing too crazy about that one. So that was July 5th. I believe around July 4th there was like a 3-day weekend, so market was closed, and I think I took like 1 day off the week before that. What else we got? In was okay, so it looks like I longed it. This was SSR squeeze. SSR, okay. So you had a gap up from 130s all the way up to 240s dollar move. But it had the gas pre-market, it had volume, and I figured we'd see that breakout over highs. But same thing here, it did the same thing, 242 all the way to 265, almost 10% move. But then as it failed to go any higher, it basically just died down and broke back below it. So that was probably like whatever trade, wasn't nothing too crazy. SSR squeeze. Goev, another one. This one was also an SSR play. You kind of see here, we had that gap up move, and then I basically said I'll buy into the dip. 380s, 370s, never made a new low, kind of held. So that's what gave me my conviction to hold. Once it broke over that previous high and then pre-market high, it was game over. So sold into that little rip over that pre-market high, added more on the dip back below into 4, and then I figured we're gonna see another squeeze out over that high day and then potentially higher. So I ended up going all the way to 5. So this one was pretty crazy. SSR squeeze Goev. So a lot with that one. That one was good SSR. Yeah, so see, plan was to watch for dip into 375, 390s for a potential move to 410, 455, which, you know, that's where it went to, 5s. Another one, Nexi, I believe this one was another SSR long play. You had 180, 190 support, so I kind of just scaled into that dip. And as it reclaimed, I kind of just added more, sold into the high day pre-market high break out, and then just kind of scaled my way out. As it failed, I kind of just started selling, and then I tried re-adding here, sold into the first pop, and then just cut the rest as it was not working as I was expecting it to. So that was just like another RBCN type play. Nothing, didn't get the SSR squeeze that I was looking for. Ilag, my plan was to watch 283 levels hold using 15-30 minute trends. Right at the open, we got a bounce off the 15-minute trend, so I went long off using that trend and continue to add into the breakout over pre-market high 335 with my target to sell to 360, 390, 420s. So this one, literally exactly what I planned. Held that 3, scaled in, added more into the 335 here, started selling into 360s, scaled my way out into 390, sold a good amount up here, and then held the core in case it did continue ripping higher. So then you got that move right there, the squeeze, probably bounced off a certain trend here, and then basically 420, that was the target. So this one pretty much just as planned, pre-market watch list. Ilag, then we got Apld, another SSR long squeeze play setup. As you can see, there's been a lot of SSR stocks this month, July. I don't know what's going on, but something to just keep an eye out for. This one pretty much worked out as planned. There was this kind of like flag breakout forming pre-market. It was SSR, and then it had some Bitcoin. No, actually, I don't know if Apld was SSR, but it had Bitcoin related sympathy type moves. So it had volume, Bitcoin was up, and I think this was basically like a sympathy. So knowing that I had the volume and it was holding up pretty strong, I basically ended up longing it into the morning dip, and then added as it started squeezing over that previous high. Sold some, added more on the dip, and then basically scaled the rest out all the way into my targets. 250s, 260s, 70s, 80s, all the way up to almost 290s. Let's see right here. Yeah, so basically I wasn't even thinking it was gonna go that high. Move over 250 to 73 and went to 390. Tblt, this one keeps popping up on everybody's radar, and it's probably one of the most watched stocks in the past week. So this one, it wasn't SSR this day. It was extended pre-market. So I was like, I'm gonna do a pre-market high gap up short setup type play. So same thing here as the other one from the other day. Gapped up, shorted into that pre-market high level, added into the next, scaled out using probably 20 cents. So 520, 540, 560 was gonna be my next one, which was this order here. You got the rejection off 550 again. So I just kept adding, and then once we got this move here and that one triggered, and then it just kind of like slammed back down, added the rest of my size, held it for a move back under pre-market high, basically just started scaling my way out and just held until it hit that trend line pre-market. Tblt. What else we got? TKLF, another one. This was another decent short. I believe it was easy to borrow, so I kind of waited until we got some type of trend break or major support break. This one's same thing, basically gap up short, gaps up over pre-market high, makes a 245 to 278, about 10-12% move or gap up, fails to hold 260, breaks down, breaks the trend at the same time. So I kind of just scale into this attempted to bounce move here, and then you get the wash right under pre-market high. So I start to scale out into this support zone here, wait for the next leg down, and then scale out the rest into there. TKLF. This day, Govx, Govx. What was this day? 725. We're coming up almost close to the end of the month here. Plan was to watch 110, hold as support. Seeing that it was a SAR, another SSR squeeze. Potential squeeze into 120, 130, 140 as it continues to hold above 15-30 minute trends. Remember, those 13 EMA trends are key, so always keep an eye out for those. So yeah, see this one, I was just like, all right, I'm gonna buy into this dip. If it squeezes, I'll buy more, sell into that 120 resistance. It dips back down, but I'm like, it can still hold this trend here, so I added more there. See how they broke it a little bit below that previous bottom, and then they start ripping it back up. So then I sold the rest into that 120, 130, 140 move. These are all just part of the plan, so that's why, it looks like that. Let's see what else. What else we got? Got the homie traded Ayla SSR squeeze. Shout out to Gage. Tblt. I believe this was this Friday. Tblt, another. So this one, it had a. It was like a multi-day breakout kind of move. So it wasn't SSR, but something that I'm realizing about when to avoid shorting a stock or when to potentially look for a long is if these things, even after a day that they like drop and then but they're just kind of consolidating for like 1 or 2 days and holding certain support levels, and then like the 5th, 6th day it kind of like gaps up pre-market, and then you look at the bigger time frame and then you get a big giant like breakout type move and it has volume, and you hear all short sellers are like, oh, I'm looking at this one, and you got all your left looking to the left levels that are potential breakout levels from where this is at on this day. And I was just thinking like, you know what, this thing, it just kind of gapped up too much to where it looked like it wanted to break out, or it was starting to break out, and then it's gonna break out, retrace for a bit near the open, trap shorts, consolidate, trap shorts again, and then potentially squeezes higher. So right here you can see I ended up longing into this 7, added here a little bit just kind of by, you know, a little bit of FOMO, but it's only 10%, so it doesn't really affect my full thesis of entering. So you can see then I start to add at 680, 660. I re-added at 680 as it was sort of starting to reclaim the trend. And then as it reclaimed 7, which is that whole dollar and pre-market support level, I added the rest of my size here. Next thing you know, you got this squeeze over that high a day and pre-market high. So I sold some into there, and then I figured we're gonna get like another secondary move. So I added more into this original position. I ended up cutting it here for basically break even because I didn't want it to go against me more. But I should have let it go against me more, or just I should have just been risking like maybe like 690, you know. My risk right there was too tight. I should have just risked something at least. So that was my bad right here. But then seeing how they reclaimed 720, I was like, damn, I feel like they're gonna trap over highs again. And then all these shorts that are stuck from here are gonna get squeezed out on this move over that previous high. And then next thing you know, boom, 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 boom. The move happens. The stock has been going to like 890s, almost 9. And then it begins to fail after that. But yeah, that was Tblt Friday. I also want to show you guys some of my losses during the month. Let's see, what do we got? Oh yeah, here. Oh yeah, Govx day 2. I kind of butchered this one. My whole thesis was literally just blown out the park. I was totally wrong on my plan, and then now I think about it, I'm like, why did I do this again? Basically, I was thinking it was gonna be first red day type move. Scaled into that initial break, figured we'd probably fail somewhere here. Added as we broke over that previous resistance, and then as this continued to break down, I scaled the rest in. I kind of just held it thinking that we're probably gonna attempt to retest these highs and then fail. But as soon as that failed to hold or failed to break down, I just set my stop, you know, pre-market high, where I was just like, if worse comes to worse, I'll just exit here. And then it did a squeeze higher. It went to like 250s this day. So luckily, I'm glad I got out of here. But this was just horrible trade on my part, and I accept it. But I moved on. It is what it is. Don't dwell on the past. You just gotta move on to the next trade and just be like, fuck it, who cares? So yeah, that was Govx. Which other one? Oh, SRG. Okay, my plan was to short into 965.10. I started a bit early on my feelers, batted as it rejected on 965. I think this one, so prematurely kind of scaled in, I guess, and then it kind of failed to break down, so I just cut it pretty much where I added most of my size. It was a smaller loss, but I think this one, I think it might have been high IO. So, you know, maybe that's probably why it didn't work, or some, there's some reason behind it, but I just remember I was like, yeah, why did I short this again? It was a bad one. So, but glad I managed my risk, just cut it right there, you know, break even on these, but on these I took a loss. So, you know, it is what it is. Still same thing, move on. Don't dwell on the past. Was another one. Rev. I don't know if I posted Rev. Maybe I posted it, but it don't matter. I'll go over it. This one I hella butchered it. I don't know what the fuck happened, but it's horrible trading on this day. Shorted pop, added onto the drop, shorted into the high day break, halted. I should have just got out here. Instead I added more. So then I just got out as it reclaimed highs, went long, sold a little bit, held in case it squeezed more. Then it failed, broke down, tried shorting it again, and then I got stopped out. And I was like, there's no way. This is just, I just stopped after that because it was horrible. It didn't even, yeah, this is how not to trade, basically. Do not trade this way. I hate when I trade like this, but when I do, I'm like, why did I do that? It's just kind of like self-reflection of, you know, what not to do for the next time. And just note to self, whenever these things halt like that, it's better to just get the out. What else? This is another one. Sea-Doo? I don't know if I went. So I went long Sea-Doo's SSR. Just didn't have the volume though, so I just stopped out on that low day. But yeah, I should know this. Whenever they don't have that volume pre-market, it's better to just not long it, because it's probably gonna fail. So yeah, that was Sea-Doo. I probably haven't touched it since then. ADN, I might have posted this one because it's already mid-June. But yeah, that's it for now. That's all I'm going to go over on this video. But I just kind of want to give you guys a whole breakdown of the whole month. So yeah, this is my chat room. You know, I'll post everything in the morning, what I'm looking at, what levels I'm watching, what trends I'm looking at. Do I want to be short? Do I want to be long? Basically, my whole mentality of what I'm watching in the morning and what's on radar, so you guys can kind of see what I'm looking at and what my criteria usually looks like for all these trades. But yeah, see, we got the pre-market watch list every single day. You know, what to look at, what not to look at, what to avoid, long or short. It is what it is. So yeah, I think I'm gonna call it there. Pretty long video for this one, but you know, I feel like I had to make it a little bit long, especially because I haven't posted in a month. But I'm back, you guys, and I feel like I'm ready to get back at it. And hopefully you guys learned something from this. I know I did. I learned a lot from July. Point is, you know, just always keep adapting. Who cares about the past? Just keep focusing on the next trade, and yeah, that's that. Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.